I like it. Oh no, she's dead too.
Oh, you keep giving me dead ones.
Okay, I had no idea. I've never seen this before in my life.
Oh dear.
That's too bad.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Oh, that's.
I have to say thanks for the suggestion for reintroducing this band.
Yeah. Well, the Divinals. So the one song everybody will have heard is "Touch Myself,"
Yeah.
right? Like, which is such a great song.
Fun and dirty.
Right? It was yeah, fun and dirty. That's the way we like it. But that one was was hauntingly good.
Yeah.
Right. Like
excellent.
You could hear the pain in there, and
yeah,
just such a great voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else there is. Well, I mean, it's clear whatever happened, she wasn't getting over it that easy, right?
No.
Like.
No, jealous out of her mind.
Yeah.
Made a beautiful song though.
Yeah, it was good. It was a little bit. Had a bit of a stalker tone to it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it had some edge lyrically.
Yeah, it's part of her voice does that somewhat too. Is
Yeah.
because of that smoky kind of the harsh tone to it.
Yeah.
It does bitter pretty good actually. So it's it was a nice one. Yeah, it's very low key, but
thanks again for the suggestion.
That was a good discovery. We've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
So
excellent. Keep it coming in the suggestions in the comments.
Yeah,
guys.
hopefully you guys enjoyed it enough. You want to say play it again? This is
okay. Here we go. I have no words. Turns out the stray is fake. Oh well. You know. We always make it's like it's trying to, do that shit. I remember watching Apocalypto first time in prison. And my cellie was going to me, it's like, nah, it's a good movie. And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch it better than anything else on at the moment, so I'll give it a go. It's actually a fucking good movie. Apocalypto is a good movie. It's like that's what I enjoyed about Prisoner. It's like I got mashed up with a good celly. We got along, and we didn't. It's like, hey, you want to stay up watching television? That's okay. Just, do that and let me, because TVs keep me awake at night. Unless I have the right, like I have my monitor on with my live, watch live streams and fall asleep. But I also have fans going. It's, I don't know what is about me. It's like audio is my priority over, you know, what is it? Why do we over exaggerate? That's an easy answer because it's in our nature. Over thousands of years, we over exaggerate warnings. That's the way it goes, baby. Alright. I've got another fucking can of WD-40, baby. Oh yeah. Another can of WD-40. All this shit. That's the thing I don't understand with people. They ooh, I'm not taking that. You take everything. You strip it. You strip mine. You strip mine. Everything from a raid. Like, look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Not gonna use it. Not gonna use it. Not gonna use it. Not gonna use that. Not gonna use that backpack. Not gonna use that. Bam. It's all going to Peacemaker because I've got to get him up to 11k. You get that. You get that. You get that. Yeah, $100. I don't have enough space. I'm not gonna sell the morphine. Well, I'm not gonna sell the nails either. They can go in there. Ibuprofen. That's not how you spell ibuprofen. Ibuprofen? That's not how you spell it. It's ibuprofen. IV. And ibuprofen is not a fucking painkiller. It's basically the same as paracetamol. This should be called codeine. Codeine. That's what it should be called. Codeine. Man, if I had... Because they changed the laws with the codeine tablets. Because they go, oh, people are getting high on that, so we're going to stop that. Oh, you know how it is. And it's like, okay, that's a $5 high, which can't kill him. Are you going to push him to $25 highs that can kill him? Oh, wow. Good on you, government. It's like the Australian government is going, oh, we're going to look into banning tobacco. And I'm like, are you fucking mental? Okay. How did that work in the 30s for America? Oh, yeah, all these crime gangs raised into power. It is the stupidest fucking thing in the world. And I keep saying this. It's like gun laws are stupid. Like don't get me wrong. I don't think stupid people should have guns. They're stupid. But I also think that smart people shouldn't be denied guns because stupid people can't handle guns. Ah, God damn, I gotta fix this. Hang on. Where is it? Ugh. It's like, yeah, see, I've got the alpha patch, right. I think it was the last wipe. I actually got to the beta pouch. So it was like 3 by 3. So it was bigger. You know, I do it, I have done shit. But I always gotta start off with making my stash bigger because it's a load of shit on the basic bitch version of the game. Remember, I don't have the gold name. It's like, I'm not gonna be the one I'm a battler. I'm a true Australian. We battle. We fight. I will actually tell you something. There is a documentary out there. I can't remember which one. And even an American general said it. One Australian soldier is worth 10 American soldiers. They're far superior. They push. They aren't pussies. Basically what he's saying is American soldiers are pussies and Australian soldiers just keep going. I can understand that because I fell over and sliced my arm open and I'm like, I'm just gonna stick it together with band-aids. I got a grievous scar, which helped me when I was in prison because people, obviously saw that and they go, someone's hit him with a knife. No, I just fell over when I was drunk. And I stuck it together with band-aids. And that's what Australians do, man. We're not we're not pussies. Americans are pussies now. They're so fucking lame. They want to be the dominant country. And it's like, why? Australia is more badass than you fucking bunch of twigs. Australian men are fucking far superior to American men. There are still real men in America. I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is, it's like, you've got to look for them in Australia. They're in abundance. So, okay, I'm looking at my keys. I could sell that. Well, actually, I need space to. Oh, that's a key. I thought that was a fucking Oh well, I'm keeping that. That can go there. Because I can sell that. I got multiples of those. Sell that. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Oh, except the ibuprofen. That can be sold. So it's a 2-4 class. Yeah. I don't. I have this tiny stash, which I've improved with boxes, as you can see. Still not good enough. I need more. Is ibuprofen. IVPROTHEN. Alright, so I can sell that. So all of this can be sold. Yep. Alright. Hang on. I need American bucks, so bam, bam, bam. There we go. Alright. All this shit can be sold. Maybe I should keep the wrench. Morphine goes there, that goes there, bam. So all of that gets sold. There we go. What will therapist take? That and that. What about you? Preppo. And the rest of you. Alright, there we go. Got some money in this. Alright. 2 minutes to the next. The next run. Yeah, I only have that Taz because I know it's a fucking annoying. I used to have 2 Tazes, but I must have sold the other one. That was the hard out. I got the nails. Alright, I need screws and WD-40. That is very rare. Alright, need illumination too. Alright. Light bulbs. Okay, so we're gonna go for light bulbs. Wires. Alright. I need a lot of wires. I'm jealous. Alright, while I'm waiting. Alright. Oh, that looks cool. A 1/50th scale die-cast excavator. Okay. Alright. Let's go for a slash. So, what is it? Middle of the night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, in the strange summer. Yeah, it's still 29 degrees Celsius. I think that's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, always expect to die on a scav run. Oh my god. Really? Another one? Another one. Well, I'll take the matches. Don't really care. I don't care about the armor repair kit. I've already got one. Yeah, of course, it doesn't have a battery in it. For WD-40. Don't care. Probably scav checkpoint. Yeah, scav checkpoint again. Again and again and again. Always scav checkpoint. Oh, fuck it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wear that. Just for the fucking sheer meme of it. Really? That becomes pointless. Why? Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. And I'm taking that. And I'm taking that. So money, baby. Money, money, money. Oh yeah, money. 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 Yeah, money, money, money. Oh yeah, I'll take that. I don't usually go upstairs, but I might go upstairs. Oh yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Just call me a vacuum. What the fuck is this even worth? I guess what I'll do is... take the gold chain. Oops. Alright, now we're getting to the place where I want to be. I get lost. Well, that was weird. That was genuinely weird. I shot through his body and he's like, ah.
Вышел, блин, за хлебушком.
I'll take the caps. You can have that, and I'll take that. Now, really, if you watch the stream, you saw that. I shot that guy, and he's like, nothing happened. I'm glad that happened, but that was weird. Alright, let's go check there. Can I get a CPU fan? Go through there. No. Oh, no one's been here.
Пожрать бы, конечно, не помешало.
Ooh, I need that. I need that. I need that. Fuck that. Fuck that. And fuck that. I'm out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're out of here, buddy. Yeah. Oh, man. I got some shit on that run. Holy shit, that was a good one. Let's put that there. And we'll put that there. Settle that down. And we'll... You know. Everything is gonna be sold in its rightful place. Actually, let's put that there, and that there, and then, ooh. I just don't have enough space. What can I do? I don't know. What is it? AR-15, okay. It's fine. Bam. There we go. Oh, I don't know about it. It's simply the best, better than all the rest. Oh, here we go. Let's put this on for a bit. This is gonna be fucking hilarious. You know why I like watching this? Is because fuck these woke cunts who like, you should be banning people because, they didn't agree with my opinions. Hey, here's a little tip with you. If you don't like it, shut the fuck up and deal with it. Or there's the other one. Build a bridge and get over it. That's the problem with the internet. I seriously say this. Like, I grew up, I've been on the internet since 1994, and it was cool, you know, people said, you know, but what happened was, they made iPhones and it was, oh, get on the internet, get on the internet. And people started getting on the internet that had no ability to deal with the internet. So we're dealing with people who are like, I don't like your opinions. And so this is where this cancel culture shit is starting to happen. Because, well, cancel culture is a political movement. It's not like, they only got rid of Harvey Weinstein because he stopped all this woke movie bullshit. Oh, we got to get rid of him. What can we do to him? Alright, that's what's going to happen. Oh, we'll promise you bigger roles and bigger movies. And it's like, oh, we don't have the money for that. It's like, I'm not saying Harvey Weinstein's a good person. What I'm saying is, he knew it was shit. And he was stopping him. He was like a dam. Yeah, it's ugly and grotesque, but it's stopping shit flowing through your fucking village. And it's like, oh, well, you get rid of the dam. Alright. And now you're just bombarded with shit. And it's like, I haven't been... When did it... The last movie I saw in the cinema was The Last Jedi. Sorry to say. And it's like, I will never go to a cinema again. I saw that movie. Like, there were cool elements in the movie. But the movie just... That was not Star Wars. That is not Star Wars. Star Wars was... How do I describe? It's the ability to overcome. Every episode there was something to overcome. And there was nothing in that movie. It's like, there is nothing in... Like, I've watched it once in the movies. I've never watched it again. I've watched the last movie. What was it? I can't even remember the fucking name. I don't give a shit. I watched it once. So I watched all the Disney movies once. But I've watched all the George Lucas ones multiple times. And I still watch them. Actually, I don't watch them anymore since those came out. I have not watched any of those. But before that point, I watched them again and again and again and again and again. Same with Star Trek. There were two box sets. You had Star Trek 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6 on VHS in the 90s. I wore out those tapes. Same with the Next Generation. Watch them through and all that shit. And then Discovery and Picard comes along. Alright, well, I'm not going to watch that. Now, what you've done is actually destroy the shit, not actually improved it.
There's been a couple of developments in this limited run games situation. If you missed the last video, Limited Run Games is kind of a small video game company. They basically make physical copies of video games that the original publisher was just releasing digitally. For example, Shredder's Revenge, the Ninja Turtles beat 'em up that came out over the summer, the physical release for that game was handled by Limited Run. And as you can see here, they do some other stuff. And, you know, I did think it was a pretty good service because some people still like physical games.
Yep.
However,
Yeah, I still have Blu-rays. I have Blu-ray movies. I have DVD movies. The reason I have DVDs is because they're there. You couldn't get anything. If you wanted movies in prison, you could have a DVD player, which you had to get sent in. Or, no, nah, yeah, nah. No, you had to, I can't remember. I know the PlayStations you had to buy from the prison. You'd buy them and they'd get someone, and I think they would check through, and that was the thing. I know my headphones in prison, I got sent in, but they had to be sealed packaged. Maybe I still have the DVD player. Shit DVD. Actually, yeah. It was a shit DVD player. So, I can't remember if I got it sent in or I had to buy it through prison. Anyway, so all we could have in, like, remember, this is only in 2015. The only game console you could have was a PS5, and the only thing you could watch was DVDs. It was no, DVD was sent in. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I said to my mom, just send a $20 DVD player in. Cheapest piece of shit you can buy. Doesn't matter. It's only here gonna be used for here. Anyway. So, so I've got all these DVDs, and I remember you could only have 10 DVDs at a time. I should have got Lord of the Rings. But the thing about it is, I went off, because up until that time I went to prison, right? I was working. I stopped playing games. I basically stopped playing games from when I started working, which was 2001. I did buy a PS3 just to buy Metal Gear Solid 4. But then I realized, Metal Gear Solid 3 had come out in that time, so I bought a PS2 just to play. But the one I bought was Subsistence, which was the better version. And then I slowly got back in the game here again. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Missing out on... Like, I worked hard. I was working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for like from 2001 to 2007. I was working hard. And then I started gaming. And then I started drinking. My drinking got so bad, I was drinking a bottle of Johnny Walker, 700ml a day, 7 days a week, for 2 years. And doing that, that's what ends you up in... I remember driving down a road, and I was so tired that I fell asleep at the wheel. Nothing happened, but nothing happened, right? But like I woke up and I'm like, what the like, I realized I fell asleep at the wheel. And I was like, fuck, man. And then, shit happens. I've already done that, so I don't need that. You can take that. And then there's it's like I don't drink hard liquor anymore. I drink beer. Yes, I've gotten fatter. Yeah. But I'm not gonna go into that crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's like, I'll enjoy a whiskey, but I'm not gonna get drunk on whiskey ever again. It's fucked. It fucks your brain up over time. You can do it like every so often. Imagine spending 12 hours a day drunk, sleep for 4 hours, and then fucking work your ass off for 8 hours a day. Physically. It's not like mentally, I mean physically. So, I was really buff. But I wasn't that buff because I was drinking all the time. I'm fatter now, yeah. But I'm not fucked in the head like I used to be. I was so fucked that I look back on it and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? I was going down the whole path of woke shit and everything. And I'm like, what the? I look back on it like, I remember what was it? It was something. It was something. I can't remember what it was, but there was, besides prison, uh, I can give a whole lowdown of prison that is like American prison is its own thing. Every other prison in the world is normal. Something about American prison is, oh, everybody wants to rape you, and it's like, what the fuck? That is the stupidest thing in the world. You know what I mean? It's like, I went to prison, like, 'cause I've only seen American prison. Well, I keep saying this to people. If you want to know what real prison is like, watch A Prophet, a French movie. That's pretty much how prison is. It's different in Australia because everything's assigned to you. So no one can actually steal anything off you because it's assigned to you. If someone else has it, then and the guards find it, uh, you're in shit. But all that raping in American jails is like, that must be on the American jails because no one, in fact, people would stop it. Like other prisoners would stop it in Australian prisons. They'd bash the shit out of the bag of sticks. They would really fucking like beat the shit out of him. Sort of like the in Shawshank Redemption. They would do what the prison guards would have done. And the prison guards just walk around and talk to everybody. Mind you, I was in a minimum security prison. In fact, I got so minimum security that I was just walking outside every day. At any time, I could have just gotten in the car and driven off. But what would the point of that be? You serve it, you do the crime, you do the time. And I had never, like, I sort of like had like ideas of like, hey, maybe my mate could send me some weed. Just leave it on the side there. I'll pick it up. Bam, bam, bam. But in the end, I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. You know, I'm not gonna risk him. I'm not gonna risk me. I don't care. Kind of shit. And it was and like on weekends were cool. Like and you have visitors, and they could bring in food, so you'd have Subways on Sunday. You got or pizzas. You got like basically what I was doing in prison was like every 2 weeks I'd make a massive bolognese sauce, and then I'd divide it up into cups, not cups, but containers of like 200 mils each. And so you'd fill them up, bam. I had to buy the containers, They were $3 each from the store. And I had like 12 of them. I think, yeah, 12. Because my bolognese would only make 12. I actually got to the point where even a Italian guy who was there was like, that's pretty fucking good. Considering you only had so much ingredients that you could buy. It's not like you'd add wine to it. I had to replace wine with vinegar, which worked. So I got really good at making bolognese. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Ragman. I don't know why it does this shit. It's a bug I gotta fucking sort out. Armor repair kit. Ah, fuck it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's already fine. Who cares? That's what I mean. It's like... I'm never getting another one of those. Ever. See, I can't fucking even use them. Alright, let's put on the video again.
I'll never be giving this company money again because of the way they've handled the current situation, where they fired their community manager for following libs of TikTok on Twitter and a couple of other figures.
Yep.
This person that literally has hate in their name got a woman fired because she didn't agree with her personally. And because of that, a person lost their job, which...
That's right. It's like, fuck these work companies and fuck them. I'm not gonna buy anything. As soon as you go woke, alright, I'm not buying anything from you. Fuck off then. Fuck off. Oh, you make my favorite... It's like saying Coke goes woke. Right? I enjoy drinking Coca-Cola. Alright, I never drink a Coke again. I'm never ever buying your shit again. All your subsidiaries, all your other shit, I'm going out of my way to never... I'm gonna find out everything you make as a company, and I'm never gonna fucking buy it again. My attitude is like, you're a company, don't fucking get involved in politics. Alright? That's it. You're a company. Even Kurt Russell said it. It's like, I didn't get into politics because no matter which side I take, I'll lose 50% of my audience. So I just don't say shit. That's what companies are gonna fucking do. No, we're not gonna say anything. You stay silent, and that's it. That is it. You stay silent. That's how it works. You stay silent. You don't get involved. You say, at best you say, oh, okay. But that's it. That's all you say. Okay. And this work shit that is a brain disease has gotta be purged. I keep saying there's gonna be a World War III, and these motherfuckers have got no idea what the fuck's gonna hit them, because I'm too old to be the first servicemen they call up. Though there is a war, there's a world war coming. And they're just gonna be thrown into the mush. And they have no idea what's coming. I know what's coming. I'm not that fucking stupid. I actually thought it already would have happened, but I think it's been delayed a little bit. By about 3 years, but, drop it. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Alright, so my favorite movie. Easy, Predator. Predator is the greatest movie of all time. It starts out as an action film and becomes a horror film. So you get two movies in one. It is... I love Predator. I have pre-watched that movie 100 times. It is... Turn around. You ghost in this motherfucker. I'll bleed you dry. No. You're ghosting this motherfucker. Do it again. I'll leave you and bleed you dry. Predator is without a doubt the most perfect movie ever made. Ever. It's like there's good movies and there's great movies, but there's Predator, a perfect movie. It's not the greatest movie in the world, it's not the best movie in the world, but it's the most perfect movie in the world in terms of pacing, the pacing of the film. It gets to that point, stick around, and then changes from an action film. Dylan! Yo, what, the CIA got you too many pencils? You know, it is. And in today's culture, it'd be like, oh, toxic masculinity. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. There's a thing called masculinity or pussies. It's like you're either a man or a fucking pussy, or in the old terminology, a wimp. They're men. It's like, I'm a nerd, but I can beat the shit out of people because I'm giant. I'm intimidating. I never realized this because of my size. I'm a nerd, but I'm giant. People are scared of me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? It's like they associate nerdom with carrying idiots, and then men as giants who just beat people up. And it's like, I'm a nerd and I'm a giant. You know what I mean? It's like, it's do you know what I really love? You know, is going to shops and adding up the total. I go, I do this. I go, like, when I'm at the checkout, I go, yeah. Okay, that's gonna be $27. And then it's $27.10. And the chick's looking at me like, oh. I needed a calculator to work that out. And it's like, yeah, I can just, yeah, it may not be accurate, but I'll be very close. Although now with the inflation, I worked out everything and I said $51 and it was $91. So inflation has really fucked up everything. Thank you, America and Joe Biden, for fucking the world's economy over. Fucking cunt. Like, I really want to beat that guy's brains in. The guy, well, he doesn't have a brain anymore. It's shriveled up down to a sponge. Come on, man. I need a beer. Alright. Have a slash, dude. Then we're back in it. So what am I doing? I gotta make room, baby. Sell those. That. Okay. Sell what I can, a peacemaker. I need to get that up. I don't care about the armor repair kit. I've got one. I don't need two. And sell that to her. I'm gonna keep that artifact. Need that. That can go in there. No, you can't buy that. Okay, sell it. Yeah, let's have a look. And go. It's gonna go to the highest bidder. Well, he won't buy it. What about her? Start with her. Nope. Prepper. Nope. Peacekeeper. Oh yeah, he'll buy it. There we go. I'm over halfway now. Yeah. Bam and bam. Don't care. Until I get to a point where it matters. That's the thing. I gotta start fucking thinking of now instead of. You know what I mean?
Is bullshit. Limited Run Games put out this tweet. LRG respects all personal opinions. However, we remain committed to supporting an inclusive culture. Upon investigating
I love that. Oh, we respect personal opinions. Oh, but this person had a personal opinion, but we fired him for it. But we respect personal opinions. And it's like, no, you don't. You're in this woke brain cancer that needs to be fucked off from the world. And I hope you die and burn in hell. Goodbye, Limited Run Games. You just destroyed yourself.
a situation, an employee was terminated. Our goal as a company is to continue to foster a positive and safe environment for everyone. Honey, you can just start really honestly upon investigating the situation, because they don't support personal opinions. They don't. And in fact, I'd like to point out that this woman on the right here that got fired because of the person on the left, the tweet that got her in trouble was from 2016. So this person, Purple Tinker hates Elon. Purple Tinker hates Elon. Literally has hate in their handle. Found this community manager on Twitter and combed through years of her tweets. Something that probably took hours to do. Sat there and combed through hours of her tweets. And then raged out and got her fired. Now, if you were curious to how Limited Run Games was handling this backlash, because they are getting heavy backlash for this, because I'd like to remind you, they fired that woman based off of one tweet and a couple of people she follows, which she has no control over what anybody says. But because she follows a couple of people and made one tweet about bathrooms, she was fired because one person complained. And now they're actively losing customers. But how are they, and I'm going to show you in a second, but how are they handling this response? Well, they are turning the comments off. Who can reply? People at Limited Run Games mentioned. That's it. So they turn the comments off. That's not going to stop me from ever, following you again. I'm never going to give you a gun again. And I bought some stuff from Limited Run Games. I thought that their company did a good thing. I like collectibles. I like physical games. If one that I wanted popped up, I for sure bought it. They even did some sweet retro stuff where they made new versions of old games. You could buy, I think they remade Mega Man 2 once. They just recently did Double Dragon and Battletoads. You could take these games and put them in your old Sega, put them in your old Nintendo, put them in your old Super Nintendo, and they'd play. It was basically reprinting a game. They'll never get it. I'll buy a repo copy before I ever give Limited Run Games money again. Ever. So they've screwed themselves. Massive backlash. A lot of people in here telling them to pretty much get F. And the way they're handling it, 3.7 million views, by the way. The way they're handling this, they're just turning the comments off. They're going to ignore it. I'm not sure that's going to work out so well for them, because if you go to their Twitter, they've been losing people for the past couple of days. On Saturday, they lost 233 people. On Sunday, they lost 365 people. And as of today, they lost 142 people. And it doesn't look like that bleeding is going to stop. It looks like the bleeding is going to continue. They only have themselves to blame for this. These are customers that are leaving that are probably never going to come back. They did this to themselves. What was the reasoning for this? There was no need to get involved in any cultural stuff. You could have literally just ignored the person. It was one account that was complaining. One account.
We're out of here.
You could have just ignored it, said nothing, And you would have maybe had a couple of people on Twitter bringing up once in a while, a couple of woke people, and it would have it would have been fine. That would have been the correct response, to just not say anything and not do anything. Instead, they decided to fire someone, make a statement that nobody was asking for, and now they're losing customers, losing support, and losing money. And they only have themselves to blame. It was a stupid position to put yourselves in. I don't know what you were thinking. I don't understand why companies do this. Because, you know, you might side like one half, but then you piss off the other half, and they are pretty damn close in numbers. It doesn't make sense to me to piss off a large part of your customer base because one person is upset. There's literally one account, one person got this woman on the right fired. One person complained. It's insane to me. Now, you're on a hot streak of losing customers, and who knows if that's ever going to change. Maybe if you rehired that woman and deleted that tweet. Which, by the way, I'd like to point out, it's not just that tweet that they're limiting comments on. I think, did they do it here? So for their upcoming Dead Space special edition that they're doing, because they're putting this out, you can't comment on that anymore. Can't comment on this one. They've turned comments off on a lot of their shit. Can't comment on this one. Can't comment on this one. Can't comment on this one. Like, look at what they've done. They went back even
They've
like this
destroyed
one.
the company.
Okay, I can reply from the one on January 6th. But all of their recent tweets, they've just turned the comments off. So instead of ignoring the one person that bitched, they're now going to ignore all of you that are mad about it. This is ridiculous. And the comments they were getting, oh man, they were brutal. Barely
Oh my
anyone in
God,
there
I need
supporting
that.
them. Maybe a handful.
Shit.
But they've got thousands of people yelling at them in the comments. So they turned their comments off, which they should have done to the person that was bitching. They should have just blocked that person. Should have just blocked them. Now they've lost money, they've lost support, and they're getting backlash. Because they thought making one person happy was going to be the way to go. It wasn't. So you did this to yourselves. You did this to yourselves. And now you live with the consequences. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you...
Shit! I'm not worrying about, we're leaving.
classified documents. But giving her the time to dig into legitimate questions he must ask does not mean we should compare Biden's legal exposure to that of Donald Trump. You know what? It's hard enough for me to talk. I'm actually on the mend, mind you. You know, this past weekend, like, it's crazy. Friday, I woke up, my voice is a little bad. It started getting better. But then by the time Matt Gaetz got here, I couldn't talk at all like that. But this is actually, I'm feeling a lot better. So I decided I'd try to work, but maybe I just can't do it. I don't know. So it's hard enough for me to talk. It's harder for me to actually care about the lies and manipulations of CNN. They're failing. They're struggling. And it's like, at a certain point, I have to wonder why it is people don't just say, dude, you are lying to me, okay? Like, how many times does CNN need to run some story where they're like, yes, bad thing happened, but actually, for you to be like, okay, this can't all be true, right? You know, like, Donald Trump, they pull every lie in the book, the very fine people hoax, the injecting bleach hoax. At a certain point, the average person needs to just be like, how come every time some story comes out that sounds bad for Democrats, the CNN just comes out with some explanation as to why it's not? And every single time Donald Trump farts, CNN runs a national headline, boom, Donald Trump destroys decorum with flatulence. Every time. No question. No matter what Biden or the Democrats do, here's a reason why it's good. No matter what Trump or Republicans do, here's a reason why it's bad. At a certain point, is someone going to ask? Maybe they're just zombies. Maybe they always were. House Republicans demand access to visitor logs from Biden's Delaware home to determine who may have been able to access classified documents found there. Kentucky Rep. James Corner wants to see visitor logs. They don't have them. They don't keep them. And I wonder why it is Biden keeps going back there. He goes there a lot. The White House Saturday said it found 5 additional pages, yes. The demands made by the newly empowered Republicans were spearheaded by Kentucky Rep. James Comer, who said, we have a lot of questions. They want records of everyone who visited the Biden compound from January 21 onwards, when he was inaugurated as president. However, answers to those questions may not be forthcoming, as a Secret Service spokesperson has since said visitor logs aren't even kept. This sounds so dirty. It sounds like the deepest and darkest corruption you can imagine. So, okay, maybe this is not a kitchen table issue for you. Maybe it's not your insurance prices. Maybe it's not your gas prices or the cost of chicken eggs. But this is just like sitting back, watching scumbags, crime families, defecate onto our flag, and then regular people empower them and wonder why it is things just keep getting worse. That's the bummer. They do feel like they're just getting worse. I've had some people argue the economy is going to get better, and I hope it does. The argument is that other countries are so shocked, like Japan, for instance. They'll have no choice but to try and borrow tons of U.S. dollars to buy energy and try and fix their economies, which means the U.S. economy will take off. Maybe. We control that petrodollar. So if people want to buy oil, they got to buy from us first. They got to get U.S. dollars. How are they going to do it? If everybody's economies are in the gutter, they're going to have to borrow money. Borrow money from us so they can buy oil to kickstart their economy. For the U.S., we just print it. We fabricate that money on issuance of debt. So we don't have to worry about that the same way they do. It's a good argument for why the economy may actually improve. And if there is a global recession, it still may turn out pretty well for the U.S. But I'm not entirely convinced. If there is a global recession, what that means to me, or if it means anything at all, is that other countries aren't going to be doing any spending. They're not going to be spending money. They're not going to be able to use our money. They're going to be destitute. Or maybe because of that desperation, they'll borrow money like crazy, and that will make us do better in the end. I think global recession ultimately just means we will all be worse off. So I don't know. 2 things I'll say. Some people say this is a distraction from the economic issues that Biden Democrats have wrought, and the World Economic Forum and NATO, etc. However, the other thing I'll say is maybe it's the other way around. Maybe because the economy is in dire straits and eggs are so expensive, that's why they were looking for these documents. Now they were like, listen, we got bad news on the economy. Everyone's going to be staring over there at $9 a carton eggs, $8 a carton eggs. Release the documents. Maybe that's why they waited.
And there's still $3 here in Australia. $3.50 for a carton of eggs. $5 maybe. There are the $8 ones for the primo versions. But $8 Australian is what? $6 American?
They found the documents before the midterms. They knew they
the
had them. It's
premium.
been several months. Maybe they were thinking, we do not want the heat right before a midterm, and we do not want the heat in general. Once bad news in the economy comes out, they say everyone's distracted, drop them. So what happens? You and I, we know it. We watch it. We're concerned about it. Everybody else, they're too busy watching memes about a dude and his eggs. It's tough days, huh? We know they're corrupt, but how much does it really matter? Anyway. I guess I just throw it to you to comment below. Let me know what you think. I'll leave it there. Next segment is coming up at 1 p.m., hopefully. From Reuters.com, U.S. FDA, CDC, see early signal of possible Pfizer bivalent COVID shot link to stroke.
It's like, you know, let me put it this way, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. You know, I had chickenpox vaccine, you know, polio, all that shit as a kid and all that stuff. But there's a difference with these. It's like, I remember saying in the 90s, because I was Star Trek The Next Generation, it's not about vaccinating you, it's about changing your DNA to put the information into your body for your immune system to fight it easily. It's like, these group of soldiers don't know how to fight this war. We're gonna give them the information to fight this war. Like, I remember that. It's like, I'm not against this type of vaccine. Problem is, to do that type of vaccine will take years. Years. Let's just push it out in 18 months. And that's why no. I've never had a vaccine. I will never ever take a jab, so-called jab. I'll never. Like, I will have a vaccine against, you know, everything that's been developed. But I'm not gonna take this shit that's just been invented.
Now that sounds...
Alright, let me put it this way. I already had COVID. Do you know what happened to me? I lost my sense of taste and smell for a month. I had to drink tea. I couldn't drink coffee. coffee tasted weird, so I could only drink tea. I couldn't drink beer. I had to actually drink whiskey. Even though I stopped drinking whiskey. If I wanted to get drunk, I had to drink whiskey, which I didn't want to fucking drink anymore. And smoking, well, you just had to put up with it. It just... It wasn't as bad, but it was still fucked. So, and guess what? I never spread it to anybody. Because I was brought up in a household that like, nah, no fast food. Nah. Everything was fresh foods, everything. Green vegetables, root vegetables, everything. I had the whole lot. I played outside. I never fucking, oh, you got a scratch. Yeah, deal with it. You know? It's like, even as a kid, I remember having scratches, and I'm like, well, you know, scratches to me back then were like slicing my arm now, and I just stick it together with band-aids. And that's what that's how I learned, I guess, is because, I sliced my arm. Okay, I'll stick it together with band-aids. And that's what I did as a kid. Oh, you got a scratch. Just put a band-aid over it. That'll work. I have a groovy scar on my arm. But what I mean is like, this world that we need, like, oh, we need this vaccine to survive. It's like, yeah, I had COVID, I didn't have any vaccine, and I survived. You know, it's basically another you know, I'm not gonna say, you know, whatever. It hurts more people, but I personally think it's their upbringing that fucks them over. It's almost like it's a bioweapon to get rid of the weak people and keep the strong around. I don't say that with any, you know, idea of what I'm talking about, but what I mean is people who, you know, have, it's best analogy I can bring up is people who were brought up with good foundations in terms of nutrition and exposure to, you know, oh yeah, hey kids, go play in the mud. It's like, if I had kids, I'd be like, yeah, go play in the mud. I didn't give a shit. Go climb a tree. Get scratches. Get bitten by a bug or something, you know? That's what the normal evolution of human history was. Nowadays, we gotta protect them, gotta protect them, gotta protect them, gotta protect them. No, 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 no. Keep them inside. And that's the people who are dying from COVID. It's like, my mom still works. She's works in a call center. And she's there every day. And every day there's 3 people missing from the call center of 20. But she never misses a day. And she's 73. I'm getting up to 50. My attitude is I'm actually more like mid-30s, and she's pretty more like about 60 in terms of like our actual representative age. It's like, I had COVID. I lost my taste and smell. I saw her every day. I didn't spread it to her because my body was fighting it internally. It took a month to fight it, but my body said fuck off. And the thing about it is, I'll never get COVID again. Ever. Ever. Unless this is like this super COVID that some company released. Well, when I say company, it's a password to God. Yeah. I'm already immune to COVID and its many forms. I'm sorry, you're not gonna win.
Sounds pretty shocking. I'm gonna leave it.
I will never ever, like, let me put it this way. I have uncles and all these things in the medical field. And, like, even just a month, what is it? Yeah, just over a month ago, we had a meet up with the family and doing all that shit. And, like, he's a doctor. And, like, that's what I mean. Just because you have a piece of paper doesn't mean you're smart. Because even my other uncle, which we get on along famously, even he gets my subversive jokes very well. He really gets my subversive jokes. He cracks up from them, and I love him. 'Cause I grew up on the Marx Brothers, and you know, the greatest. If you really want to know true comedy, you have to start with the Marx Brothers, and then you get into Monty Python, and that's how you get into comedy. Not that American comedy is bullshit. You watch Day at the Races, Night of the Opera. You skip Abbott and Costello. That is just stupidity. You go to Monty Python's Holy Grail, Life of Brian. That scene, but then you can get on to, and once you get those ones, oh yeah, I am overlooking the greatest movie of all time. Like in terms of comedy movie, not actual movie. The greatest movie of all time, comedy wise. What's the name of that fucking movie? I know all the fucking scenes from the movie. As soon as I look it up, I will remember it. Yeah, I know History of the World Part 1. Blazing Saddles. That's right. Fucking hell. I don't know why. I was thinking Silverado all the time. I'm so pissed I couldn't get that fucking sledgehammer. But I got enough of that, yeah! Bullet collection. That. I need what? Bolts and corrugated hose. Okay. Hideout slowly coming. I just need one more CPU fan. And I need more screws. NWD-40. Cruising W40. Alright. Let's roll, baby. Let's go. I only run customs. So there's no point in hiding it. Because it's the only map I know.
It right there and just say that. That's the headline from Reuters. U.S. FDA, CDC see early signal of possible Pfizer bivalent COVID shot link to stroke. I'll read this in a second. I want to point out additionally from heart.org, of course, heart.org, NewsGuard certified 95 out of 100, that says myocarditis from COVID-19 booster rare but risk highest among teen boys, young men, by the American Heart Association News, September 6th, 2022. The big news that came out, well, conveniently over the weekend, where news goes to die, is that the U.S. FDA and CDC see early signal of possible link from the Pfizer shot to stroke. Now, I have never been staunchly anti-COVID vaccine. In the early days when Donald Trump announced Operation Warp Speed, I was just like, okay, well, you know, if he can speed up the timeline, then good. Get something done. That's Donald Trump. Trump supporters were all about it, saying he's doing something good to actually try and solve the pandemic. It's crazy how it's been 3 years since the beginning of COVID. Isn't that crazy? Can't believe it's been so long. Well, when Donald Trump announced Warp Speed, all of these Democrats came out and said, no matter what, they would not get it. Here's my gripe. I ain't a doctor. I ain't going to tell you what to do. I don't know anything about this stuff other than what I read in the news. I am not an expert, and I try to avoid being one. You know what I don't like? Two things. I don't like mandates that punish people when they're prohibited or inhibited from taking a certain medication. I don't like the cult-like behavior of pulling your car into a parking lot to get an injection from a stranger. That freaks me out. But I don't know about this stuff. I mean, look, you got to find a doctor you know and you trust. My doctor recommended against me getting it. That's just, it literally happened. Maybe there's a difference between living in a city and living in a rural area.
Oh, I'm over here, eh? I might as well have a look here. Get everything. You vacuum. You vacuum as a scav. Let examine. Oops. Yeah. Hey, don't worry about me. I'm not gonna shoot you, dude. Need boats. Ooh. I'm out of here, dude. Yep, we're out. I got my CPU fed. Yeah, I can hear the guy behind me.
I think there's a big difference between having money and being poor. Because when you have money, you know what they say? Oh, don't worry. If you can afford the monoclonal antibodies, it's only a couple grand. Average person can't afford that. That's where I think the big difference comes in. But I'm not going to pretend to be like, oh man, you know, I was always warning you about that. Nah, I've never played that game. I just don't know. To see the news come out now saying there's more data showing up, I think it's alarming. I do. And they're saying it's an early signal of a possible link to a stroke. Then I think it does cause stroke. But I want to point out the American Heart Association for a reason. They said early on, no myocarditis or chronic carditis. They said no health issues. Now it's rare. I will tell you what I think about this right off the bat. I'm not here to pander to you or anybody else. Here's what I think. They gave out hundreds of millions of doses, okay? It just because we're talking about the initial, we're talking about multiple boosters. And they gave out millions around the world. If you do, and you have like a 0.0001% chance of extreme side effects, because everything probably has, you know, to some degree, like a side effect factor of, you know, dangerous and rare side effects. You see it with all medications. My point is this. 1, be careful. Watch out for tribalism. 2, don't take my word for it. Do the fact checking yourself. Ask your doctor about these questions. And if they can't answer them, clearly you have a bad doctor. Find a better doctor. All right. But my point on that, on what I was going to say is, if you give 1 million doses of a medication, don't be surprised if you see 100 news stories about people suffering from side effects.
Alright. I'm gonna shut down the stream. Because I'm probably only gonna fuck around.